Hey guys, this is December 8th, 2013, 6 weeks after breaking my clavicle. So, this last Thursday, I went to the doctor, and the doctor said that the bone is finally healing. Well, it's still pretty separate. It's like this. And in between, there's bone forming. It looks almost like a ghost on the x-ray. It's very fine, very thin, but there is bone forming in between the two pieces of clavicle. So this is the timeline he gave me, although I was hoping that it would already be healed. There's the timeline. By mid-February, I should be 100%. The bone should be 100% healed. So I could start, till February, I could start lifting. Not now. That was a setback for me. I thought I could at least start doing very light bench work. He said he doesn't want me to do any bench work at all. And I finally, it took me a while, but I finally asked him that if I ever choose to, when can I possibly get back in the ring? And he told me, he didn't recommend it, that I get back in the ring, but he told me that I'd be ready to go by the summer of 2014. So that's what, 6-7 months away. That's a long time. But you know what? It's better 6, 7, maybe a year than never. I've been itching to get back in the ring. I've been itching to do what I love, and that's entertain. But I could. Why do I wrestle? Because I can't sing and I can't dance. I could entertain and act silly in wrestling. Man, I love wrestling and I miss it. I really do miss it. But I need to take this time to really just take myself out. I gotta remember those words, that, especially after accepting Christ into my heart and remembering that, and knowing Christ and knowing more of Christ, and from that, learning more of God, was learning more that I'm more than just a wrestler. Wrestling's not all I have. Wrestling's not all I am. Before I had accepted Christ, that's all I was. To me, that's all I was. I'm a wrestler. Imagine if this would have happened to me before I had accepted Christ. I would have probably drawn myself in alcohol again. I would have drawn myself in pills. I would have, and I know a lot of wrestlers will understand that. I would have probably even been close to killing myself, knowing that I couldn't do what I love. And a lot of you guys that have these passions would understand what I'm talking about. But having Christ in my heart, that allows me the opportunity and the clarity to understand that that's not all there is in life. Plain and simple. As great of a activity, sport, whatever you want to, entertainment, whatever you want to call it, as fun as it is, it's not everything in life. And I hope a lot of the wrestlers see this. It's not all you are, brothers. It's not all you are. So much more. So much more. So, with all of that in perspective, with whoever wants to get back into shape, I need to get back into shape. Let's do it together. So starting tomorrow, or starting whenever you want, use this as some sort of little guideline. I'm not allowed to bench press or do any back work. But what I can do is work out my legs, work out my biceps and triceps. So as long as I have my elbows down and I'm doing this or doing that, I can do it. So with the restrictions that I have, I'm gonna get myself in some sort of okay shape, so that once I get the, you're 100% Hector, go ahead and lift start lifting. I'm at least going to keep myself in some sort of shape so I don't completely get out of it. And then it's just going to be harder for me to get back. So I've been taking little walks, like 2-hour walks, maybe 2-3 times a week. And with that, I've been getting sore because my body, I've been pretty stationary, especially the first 2 weeks after the injury. So I'm also going to start doing these recovery videos or whatever I'm doing here every 2 weeks. That way we can see some sort of change in my body and see where my body's morphing, how it's doing. So, here we go. I'm not going to suck in my stomach. This is what I look like right now. Every time I see myself, I know I look a lot different from at least what I'm expecting my body to look like. Ricky Mandel would understand a lot, where we look at ourselves in the mirror like, no, I have to do this, I have to do that, and I have to manipulate my body to look a certain way, and that's something I was doing. I have to say, if I wasn't in the top physical shape that I was in when this happened, I don't think I would have been able to make it that long without almost passing out that day. It took 4 hours and a half for me to succumb to the pain. Heck, Adrian will probably tell you, I think I opened the door for somebody as I'm all broken, I'm still opening the door for people to step inside. So it took 4 hours and a half for my body to succumb to that pain. And I remember it. I remember it very vividly, looking at the clock and saying, here we go. And it was coming to the point where I really couldn't bear that pain anymore. I was also in that great physical shape that I honestly thought I was going to look a lot worse. And thankfully, I don't. So, we're going to see if we could get a six-pack going again. At least just trim it down some, because I've been eating way too much white bread. White bread, no. White bread is this right here. See, I could suck in my stomach, but I cannot suck in this last bit right here. That's all white bread right there. So that's white bread. Gotta cut it out. But it tastes so good. Cookies. It's so good. But anyways, that's where self-discipline comes in. It's cold. I'm sick. So I'm gonna put my sweater back on. And in 2 weeks, we'll see what kind of results we get from the gym.